Welcome back, everyone. By now, you should have gone through the first step, which is connecting everything and got that set up. The very next thing we want to jump into is missed call handling. This is one of my favorite features. This is where all your calls are going to now funnel into your system. There are multiple ways to do this. We'll generate a number for you and you'll start using that number on your website and your marketing and everywhere. And that way we can start tracking calls. We can start answering missed calls and texting people so that you're never missing a call again. If you're using, say, an answering service, I used to use an answering service for my business and it was horrible. No fault of theirs, it's just, it's not their business. So they come up with a script and then the script is all they have and they collect information over and over again. So if the same person calls twice, they're going to ask them the same questions and it's so annoying to the customer. With this system, when somebody calls your business, if you are not available to answer the phone, you or your staff, and the phone goes to voicemail, they'll leave a voicemail like normal, but then right afterwards, it's going to text them automatically and say something like, sorry, we missed your call. How can we help? So the customer sees this and they're like, oh, that's cool. Now they start a text conversation with you. And whether you're there or not, it's text. You don't have to answer it right away, but now you get it in your system and you can respond later and communicate with that person via text. And you may be able to answer it right away because you got your mobile app. Maybe you're busy doing something, but you can still text back. And if you can't, you have it in a queue and you can go back and respond to each thing. You get all the information you need, like the phone number, and then you can add details to that user later on, like their email address and name and everything. But you're going to get that crucial phone number. You can respond to that user and you can make money. It's funny. While I was doing one of those recordings, somebody texted me and I was able to get a customer to make a payment. I missed a call. I sent that text message and was able to talk with them back and forth and get a payment. It's very useful, guys, and I use it every single day. Let's dive into it. We're going to go in here and we were in the Launchpad. We're going to move into conversations. Your conversations will end up here. Let's go to all. And again, these are not real. These are fake conversations I've been testing. And all my conversations are going to be here. So you can see I have text messages. I can send text messages back. I can do lots of things in here, right? Whenever somebody calls me, they're going to automatically get that message. And then I can start to converse with them. So how do we set this up? We're going to go into settings. And under settings, again, fake company. Under settings, we're going to go into phone numbers. And when you start your account, you'll have a big yellow bar here telling you that you don't have a phone number. You need to set one up. We already set one up, but you can set up as many phone numbers as you want. Here's my phone number. It's already set up. I'm going to hit and add a number. So I can add a second one just so I can show you. You choose your country, United States. Then you choose your area code. I'm in Georgia, so I'm going to do 678. And then I'm going to search for a number. So it's going to give me a brand new number. It's going to be my number. And there's some nice ones on here like this, 678-750-4900. This is a great number. There is a monthly fee for maintaining this number. It's $2.88. So it's not going to break the bank. And of course, there is a fee for sending texts and for calls. It's very minimal. I think text is less than 2 cents a message. And then calls are, I don't know, less than a cent a minute or something, but there is a fee for using these VoIP services. But the good news is no matter which package you chose with us, we give you credit. So you can essentially do a large number of these calls and text messages for free. But if you're doing bulk, like you're sending 3, 4, 5, 10,000 messages, then obviously that has to be paid to the phone provider and we just pass that cost on to you. But if you're doing one-off messages, you should be fine for any package you choose. We will cover most of that. And you would add money to your wallet if you ever went over, and it would just use that money in your wallet. We can talk about that later. But once you have this, you hit save and you're going to generate that new number. So I already have mine, so I won't do it. I'm going to go in here and talk about how we set up the missed call handling. So you're going to name your number. So for example, I use phone.com for my service. I usually call this phone.com. It tells me where to forward my calls to, and I would actually forward it there. Let's undo that. And then depending on how you're going to use this, you can pass the called number as the caller ID, or you can leave this blank and it will just pass the person who is calling. For example, if you are on the road a lot and you're having it come to your cell phone, then I would check this and say pass the called number as a call ID. That way on your cell phone, you can keep the number that you just bought and you could say This number is my work number. So when somebody calls, you will see the work number pop up and you'll know it's a work call as opposed to a personal call. And you can answer it in a professional manner if you're on the road. Now, if you're in a center or an office or a studio, what you're going to do is that you can pass the person who's calling, because every call will be a business number. It will come to your desk phone or your office phone. And that way you'll see who's calling and you can call them back and everything. Enable call connect feature. This, I would only use it if you have one of those systems that says press 1 for this, press 2 for that. That way it will bypass some of that and it will understand when somebody picks up the phone. Call recording, you can choose to record your calls. You can choose not to, but you can also choose to. And then in many states, you're going to have to put a message that said this call is being recorded for training purposes. You want to let the person know you're recording the call. You can just put that text in there. If you're in one of those states that doesn't require that, you can just put this blank quote here and it won't tell them that you're recording the call. Check your laws for your own state. Incoming call timeout. This is just going to tell you how long the phone is going to ring in seconds before it goes to voicemail. You can uncheck this and it will just be default, or you can just set up your time. Outbound call timeout, same thing. When you're calling before it gives up. So how many seconds you want, you can leave this checked or unchecked. That is it, guys. Once you get that set up, the next step, which is already done for you, is that you're going to go here to your business profile. And then this is going to be your regular phone number, the one that you had before, not the new one, right? You're going to put your old phone number in here. This is just your business information. So fill all this stuff out. This is really good to do. Fill all this stuff out as best as you can. And then down here on this side, it says missed call text back. We're going to enable this, and it's already enabled for you. And then you can put your message in here and it will know your company name based on this part here, right? So it will know, but you can just type in your company name. So when somebody calls and you miss the call, they're going to get this message automatically. And you can put a phone number here and test it to see if it works. But they're going to get this message. That's going to trigger your client to want to respond to you. So put something that will trigger them to respond to you. Once you get that set up, that's it, guys. You can test it out, have somebody call you or call yourself and see what happens and have fun with it. But this replaces checking voicemails in the morning when you come in or having a answering service, all this stuff. So it sounds like a really simple solution, but it really changes your business. You've had everything that you need to set this up. I'm going to stop talking and we will see you in the next video.